and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Headlines spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Oh, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I am running late as always. Good to see all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I used to Shizzy being late to the party. Yeah, most of the time. It happens. I guarantee me being late is not an abnormal thing. You have to re-up your membership whenever your new card gets here. Texas Jules, I can't believe you don't have a man. Man, Texas Jules usually was right on top of it. That means there'll be a few folks that have to wait on that one. It's okay. It's okay. Good. Buddy. What's up, everybody? I hope you had a wonderful evening. It looks like the squid is here too. Hey, I get down the squid quote pro quo. I hope you're having a wonderful morning today. Man, good morning, XOXOXO. Yes, good morning, Kippy. Good morning. Hopefully you got the flea said you can't get super chats without showing skin. That's what they said, didn't they? Said you can't get super chats unless you do that. I mean, well, that's probably why I don't get as much super chats as they do, right? Because I don't show enough skin. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Hey, keep the coffee beans rolling. What can I say? Oh my gosh. Let me see what we got here this morning. It looks like somebody's going to get themselves in a little bit of trouble. This 70-year-old man says Italian man stands accused of pretending to be totally blind for over a century, during which time he collected over 1 million euros in disability payments. In case of Vincent, I'm not going to say the name right, who unduly received over 1 million euros in benefits for total blindness over a period of 53 years, has once again brought Italians' verification mechanisms for subsidies and disability payments in the spotlight. This old guy, whose name has not been revealed, had been declared completely blind for over 5 decades ago, following a work-related incident. Since then, he has collected over €1 million. But whenever the finance police, I love that they have finance police in Italy, whenever they decided something caught their attention, he decided to follow and video record him. That's how they caught him performing gardening work with dangerous tools and carefully checking out produce at the market before buying it. In collaboration with their colleagues from the Arzinganzio company, observed and followed the man for over 2 months, gathering evidence that he wasn't blind. During this time, he was filmed moving effortlessly through the city, doing his own shopping, visually inspected several products, paying with cash without any assistance, and he was subsequently charged at the prosecutor's office for fraud against the Italian state. Following their investigation, the financial police informed the competent authorities, police informed the competent authorities and the immediate suspension of all welfare and social security benefits. It also ordered a tax audit, which resulted in the taxation of over €200,000 of illicit proceeds, equivalent to the income unduly received by the accused over the last 5 years, the longest period of time for which an assessment was still possible. Only 5 years. Geez, Social Security needs to. Well, no, I mean she's got valid excuse. Those things are scary. Those things are scary looking. Those Labubu dolls or whatever they're called. I don't know why anybody, woman sold her soul for those things. Social Security needs to get her. Yeah, I mean, if you are doing something bad like that, then most definitely you should get in all kinds of trouble. It looks like an underground toilet is the Nettie, a cozy boutique hotel located down a flight of stairs in the middle of St. Giles Road in Oxford, used to be a public toilet for over 100 years. Originally built in 1895 during the reign of England's Queen Victoria, the Nettie served as a gentleman's toilet until 2008, when it was closed for safety reasons. Well, it remained unused for 11 years before its owner finally decided to give it a new lease on life, as the unusual boutique hotel is now regarded as one of the most unusual places to stay in all of Oxford. And even though it's not for everyone, according to the hotel manager, it definitely has its own distinct charm. Our vision was to create a space that appeals to travelers looking for a personalized experience. So why not go to a crapper? Huh. I'm going to see what this thing says. And
tucked away
in the heart of Oxford city center, in the middle of a dual carriageway. In fact, a pair of gentlemen's toilets, first built in 1895, but were shut in 2008. But fast forward to 130 years, and they have had a remarkable makeover. So this guy with his little goofy looking shirt, I don't know. I don't know why people want dress like this, but okay. The got his Nikes on and probably has its own distinct smell also. Yeah. Smells like bum piss and regret. The first is something a little bit different. Is the sign on the floor, which reads the Nettie, which is an old Geordie term for a water closet, as you'll see when we go inside. So here is the hotel. And don't you worry, because the bathroom is right there. This must have used to have had like a shower or something like that. Probably has its own. No, it looks actually pretty nice. I mean, even if it is underground. Has its own staircase. One more has a masculine theme, the other more feminine, to reflect its past use as lavatories. Originally featured like the tile floors still remain, but gone are the urinals, replaced with the TV for the general manager. Well, of course, what? No, they're going to leave those in the bathrooms. The bad part, stream started with the paint chips, but it's only on Rumble. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I I don't even try to keep up with this too much. It is important to reflect the city's rich history and decor. I really love the tapestry. I really love the tapestry, she says. The curtains because they're supposed to be a reminder of the Oxford Playhouse. Oh no, the pink and the other rooms got their toilets. Oh, jeez. No, no. I mean, I understand you might want to have a crappy there, but and it's like the masculine feminine thing of the toilet. Some people are worried of coming down and knocking on the door and things like that, but people don't know it's here and it's safe. We got Oh, look, they even have skylights so you can watch people as they walk across your ceiling. Makes you feel real comfortable whenever you're sleeping in bed late at night, whenever, the gunshots ring out. We got our security system, which you change the codes every day, haven't been empty for 15 years with numerous plans for them, going down the pan for locals and tourists. Staying there isn't for the faint-hearted. I have been down it. Yeah, it was like, you want me to show you a photo? Yeah, I've seen the newspapers. Yeah, so you've been talking about this for a long time. Oh, this must be the owner. Okay, so it looks like that. Grand. Yeah, and so that's the entrance there, and that's this used for that was a bit. Yeah, I wouldn't recognize it now. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Would you ever stay there in the public toilet? Sure, I've stayed in jails. Jeez, grandma, she stayed in jails. Love it, grandma. She's been hanging out in the jails. Would you stay in it? I mean, I'd look at it online. I bet she would. You stay in? No, 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 no. I keep all my dirty stuff at home. That's what she said. Lionel Richie needs to come out of retirement and sing crapping on the ceiling. No windows, so why have curtains? Well, to give you that rich homey feeling, they're trying to make it look grand there for the cropatorium. Hey Shayla, how you doing? Jack, back, good to see you. The positive side is there's plenty of seating. Definitely. Oh my god. Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, don't be disheartened by, the people that don't want to sit on the crapper and enjoy their time. It was an old Geordie term for an outhouse. And man claims his 14-year-old daughter, dude died. Yeah, we read that story. It was sort of bad. Now, there is something called a wolverine frog, and it breaks its own bones to turn them into sharp claws. This hairy African frog has a peculiar self-destruction ability that allows it to snap its own toe bones when threatened to create bone claws that pierce its skin, just like Marvel's Wolverine. Now, this hairy frog or wolverine frog is one of nature's strangest creatures. The males grow thin, hair-like skin threads on the sides of their bodies and their hind legs, a unique ability that scientists believe helps the amphibians absorb more oxygen. Now, these hairs contain arteries and are thought to increase the surface area for the purpose of absorbing oxygen whenever the male guards the eggs in the water. But it's not the weirdest thing about the hairy frogs. They also have an unusual self-defense mechanism that allows them to snap their toe bones and turn them into sharp claws that pierce the skin. Yeah. It was around the early 1900s that scientists first noticed the hairy frogs had claws, an extremely rare characteristic for amphibians. It wasn't until the early 2000s that researchers discovered that these weren't actual claws made of keratin, but deformed bones. Cameroon hunters were quite familiar with the hairy frog's sharp weapons and resorted to using spears or machetes to avoid being injured while trying to capture them. Like a frog egg, just Shizzy Mo beat you to the Wolverine frog. Well, that's okay. You got to understand that we cover the same things a lot of times. Now, this allows them to stay anchored and to nodule nestled in the tissue just beyond the frog's fingertips in tough strands of collagen. When attacked or grabbed, the frog is somehow able to break the nodule connected, forcing the bones through the skin. Then it violently scratches at its assailant, causing deep lacerations. So why would you play with these things? Although the clear retraction mechanism has not been observed, some scientists hypothesize that the hairy frog's claws later retract passively as the broken connective tissue regenerates. It is the amphibian's well-documented regenerative properties that makes its unusual self-defense mechanism work without causing any serious harm to the frog. Where it inhabits fast-growing rivers and forests and agricultural land. That's awesome. Look at that. They got the little picture of this Wolverine frog. As gross as the second time you hear. It's not quite as gross as the second time. It's gross at all. I think it's pretty cool. You just hear that cracking of bones, the snapping, just yeah, just goes crazy. I can't help it. Now, I think this is a bad idea. A burning house, Halloween decorations, a nightmare for fire department. Yeah, South Carolina couple turned their home into a burning house. Halloween decoration so realistic that people have reported as an actual fire. Yeah, to say Amanda Peden and Sam Lee are passionate about Halloween decorations would be an understatement. In 2021, they unveiled a broken plane with skeleton passengers, one of whom hung from a tree secured by a parachute in their front yard. A year later, they built a car accident with an upside-down van featuring a skeleton stuck inside. But 2023 was their true breakout year. That's when they showcased their burning home decoration for the first time. It's a clever combination of smoke machines, deceptive lighting, and camera work, but the effect is so realistic that even after 2 years on, people still call the local fire department to report a house on fire when they drive past the couple's home for the first time. When Amanda first put this up 2 years ago, they were getting constant streams of calls. Fountain Inn Fire Chief Russell said, "This year, it's not quite there, but as of October 6th, we've already had 4 calls." Alexander confirmed that his department is in the constant contact with Amanda and Sam to make sure a real fire doesn't break out. Every time the fire department gets a call about a fire at their house, firefighters call in to make sure the family is safe and even send first responders there if the caller is really concerned. The fire department said that, in its view, the decoration doesn't look like a real house fire because the smoke rises too slowly and isn't the right color. But to the untrained eye, it looks like the stuff of nightmares, just like Amanda and Sam intended it to be. My house is on fire, not a real fire. I'm turning the lights out every night from 8 to 10 until October 31st. Amanda announced on Facebook and TikTok, "Please don't call the fire department." The South Carolina couple have become local celebrities in their shockingly realistic Halloween decorations, while some declare themselves in awe of its complexity, praising the owner for the ingenuity. Others claim it should be illegal because it creates panic in the community. Interestingly, though, Fountain Inn House appears to be burning. Amanda Peden, Sam Lee, and their 15-year-old son are safe inside doing everyday things like TV, having dinner, chilling out, not even worried. I got to see what this looks like. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like how they did that. And what's this one?
It's just like a sweet machine.
Oh, that's awesome. What a good job. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like how they did that. I'm impressed. Really impressed. Good job. Good job. I mean, if you're going to do something, might as well do it right. Now, an old man robs a supermarket to get into prison and help his inmate grandson. Now, Grandpa, that's a bad idea. Don't know why you would do such a thing. Desperate to get into prison to help his young grandson, a 60-year-old man from Guadalupe robbed a local supermarket at gunpoint and then waited there patiently to be arrested. The unusual incident took place at the end of September in St. Rose, a commune in the North Guadalupe Apagio. Now, the former firefighter with no criminal record walked into the supermarket located near the local police station with a baklava over his mouth, holding a firearm after demanding all the money in the cash register and helping himself to a piece of emmental cheese and a bottle of wine. The man was arrested and he slowly walked back to his car as if he wanted to be caught. It turns out this was his goal exactly. He wanted to get into prison to help his grandson. He was desperate. He wasn't interested in money. He just wanted to get into prison to see his grandson and at least go for a walk with him. The man's court-appointed lawyer told Argent's France Press, added that he had seen his grandson in the visiting room with a broken tooth after being molested by his fellow inmates. Prosecuted for armed robbery, aggravated assault, and rebellion, the 60-year-old man, could you imagine being arrested for rebellion? Reminds me of the fire in their whole ride at Silver Dollar City. Yeah. Fire. Oh, I thought that said fire in their hole. I was like, oh, geez, they go to prison too. The 60-year-old man with a clean criminal record appeared before the court and admitted the facts he was accused of. However, the completely unprecedented profile of the perpetrator left everyone scratching their heads, including the presiding judge, who, instead of the typical 3 to 5 years prison time, ruled the man acted out of desperation and should not pay such a high price for it. The 60-year-old man will have to compensate the victims of his robbery, receive psychological treatment, and refrain from visiting the shopping center he robbed. He also retain his right to visit his grandson legally without becoming an inmate. Interestingly, this is not the first time people have done this kind of thing. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. That's not desperation. That's really, really stupid. Not as stupid as this crap, though. A damned world's most expensive burger cost $11,000 is only accessible by invitation. Asador Alba restaurant in Spain serves the world's most expensive and exclusive burger. It costs $11,000 and can only be experienced by those invited by the restaurant. Burgers have gotten considerably more expensive in recent years, but they remain among the most affordable food items on restaurant menus. There are a few exceptions, though, this most notably of which has recently claimed the title of the world's most expensive burger thought up by the chefs at Asador, a Basque cuisine eatery located in Cabra del Mar, Catalonia. This exclusive treat reportedly took 8 years of research and experimentation to develop, and its exact ingredients remain a secret. All we know is that the burger's heart-stopping €9,450 price tag isn't linked to gimmicky and meaningless ingredients like edible gold, but to quality ingredients and unique dining experience and exclusivity. Why does this look like a God blessed Big Mac? Okay. If this is a Big Mac, wouldn't you be pissed? I mean, serious. Oh my gosh, my browser's lost connection to my screen share audio. I don't care. Weird. That's fine. Good morning, everyone. That's the gold burger. It looks like a damn Big Mac is what it looks like. It's got the special sauce on there. Yeah. Just with a looks like a different kind of bun, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a damn Big Mac, and this right here would make me lose my lunch. Asador Upa was founded by Bosco Jimenez, better known as BDE Vikingo, a Spanish chef and gastronomic influencer known for his love of the Basque cuisine. His concept for the world's most expensive burger was simple. A luxury shouldn't be noisy. It should be unattainable. Few people can afford to pay $11,000 for a burger, but even having obscene amounts of money isn't enough. To try the world's most expensive burger, you have to be invited by Asador Upa. The experience is invitation only. It's not on the menu. Reservations are not possible. Only those selected to experience it are allowed. If you think you should be on the list, you can request it, and the request will be processed. Only those who meet all the requirements are invited. I think I've been to this place before. I've never been to the Basque region, but that just looks like a restaurant that I went to whenever I was in France. There's a kicker. No one knows what the requirements are. However, if you do get selected by Asador Upa, you will be invited to a private room in the restaurant, seated at a table with a few other lucky patrons, and served a delicacy cooked with the 3 best meals in the world, the most exclusive cheese in Europe, and a special sauce prepared with a luxury spirit. It's the most expensive burger. Asking price, according to its creators, definitely, but it's hard to say with no ingredient list to analyze. But there is the fact that you could buy a small car with that money. It makes Golden Boy, the previous world's most expensive burger, seem cheap by comparison. Wow. I was thinking of the Gold Burger in New York. Guess it's been replaced. This one at least looks edible. Yeah, I don't think I would want a gold flake burger. That doesn't sound interesting to me at all. I mean, sorry. I make a pretty damn good burger, and I've had some pretty good meals, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for anything that I have to eat. No, no tangible good. Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Now, a French influencer gets prison time for terrifying syringe prank videos, and I think they should get lots of prison time. Now, if you don't know anything about this, there's a one of these influencers, TikTok influencers that was going around and jabbing people with a syringe. There was nothing in the syringe, but they were jabbing them with the syringe. It might have even been clean. It doesn't matter. I mean, somebody came up and stuck me with a syringe like that, they would find themselves getting beat the hell down. Because I don't know about you, but here in the United States, that's called assault, and it would be considered self-defense. I don't care if they said there's nothing in there. It's like, you just jabbed me with a needle, you idiot. What kind of stupid fuck does that? A French TikToker who pranked these people on street appearance by pretending to inject them with syringes has been sentenced to 6 months in prison. And they probably deserve something for each person that they assaulted like that. $3.99 for a bottle of Thousand Island dressing at Walmart. Yeah, nothing tastes better than a cow, that's so true. Now, Emmy Mojito, whose real name is Alon M, became a viral sensation after he started posting social media clips wherein he spoofed injecting bystanders with an empty syringe around Paris during the time when genuine fear of such attacks was at an all-time high. After being accused of violence with a weapon not resulting in work incapacity, the popular TikToker influencer defended himself by claiming that he would never intended to hurt people and that he only copied the prank from other countries in order to promote himself. However, prosecutors showed that some of his victims were so traumatized by the sick prank that they had to be hospitalized for mental health assessments. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Could you imagine getting jabbed? Oh, I had a very bad idea of performing these tricks by mimicking what I'd seen on the internet. Yeah, don't see, idiots. Don't. I always tell people, don't believe what you see on the internet. It's not a good idea, especially if you've got a damn needle. Now, I could understand if you came up and you hit somebody, there's no needle in it, but you're still breaking into somebody else's personal space and should have your head clapped around. Controversial pranks. As a 27-year-old man had kept the syringe cap on. Oh, okay. So he kept the syringe cap on, but they also alleged that Elon's pranks, whether intentional or unintentional, were intended to encourage attacks on strangers. They had also traumatized many other victims, one of whom described the experience of believing that they had been infected with a virus as a nightmare. Despite Mojito's lawyer asking the court for clemency toward the client, the judge reviewed the influencer's actions as having contributed to a climate of fear. Even though a few of his pranks were actually reported to the police, as a result, he was sentenced to 12 months in prison, of which 6 months shall be served in custody and the rest suspended. Yeah, that's never appropriate. I would still beat the hell out of somebody. Let's go tell her it's a lizard mommy hunted. Would be get me arrested before him. Yeah, exactly. That is completely true. Well, this guy should have been arrested for stupidity. A 33-year-old UK truck driver needed emergency treatment after consuming a large quantity of gummies in a relatively short period of time. Nathan Remington, why would they call himself Remington? A truck driver from Yorkshire reportedly ordered a 6.6-pound container of Haribo cola jelly from Amazon. After getting a craving for gummy candies, he proceeded to consume the 10,461 kcal worth of gummies in just 3 days and started experiencing symptoms shortly thereafter. He was taken to the emergency room with severe abdominal pain, sweating, high blood pressure, and a cold sweat. Initially, the medical staff suspected the man was suffering from food poisoning, but further tests revealed unusually high levels of gelatin in his digestive tract After performing several tests, Remington was diagnosed with acute diverticulitis. Diverticulitis is a condition in which small protrusions, called diverticula, form in the colon wall, causing infection or inflammation. Medical experts explain that consuming large amount of certain ingredients, such as gelatin, can increase the risk of bowel movement and intestinal obstruction. Systematic symptoms such as fever, chills, ingestion, and vomiting may also occur. According to medical experts, the most common symptom of yeah, is severe abdominal pain in the lower left abdomen. The pain is distinctly different from typical ingestion or constipation, typically lasts for more than a day and gradually worsens. Some patients may experience bloody, mucus-filled stools, and if symptoms become severe, there's a risk of colon perforation, which may progress to peritonitis. Now, in Remington's case, doctors immediately stopped all oral intake and started intravenous fluid therapy. Was hospitalized for 6 days in intensive care with a high fever and severe abdominal pain. Luckily, he made a full recovery, but probably not indulged in a gummy for a very, very long time. That is a sticky situation. Yeah. Oh my God. Don't do that to a counsel. Scary. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to do that in the United States at all. You know, I've put a needle air. It, I put with a needle air. There's intensity in it. They've hit a vein. It could kill a person. Yeah, still had the cap on it. He was just coming up and hitting them with it like you would with a pen or something like that. You know, not a pin, but a pen or a pencil or whatever. Yeah, poking people is not a good idea. It could lead to getting your ass beat or worse. Of course, in France, they will do that kind of crap. So I don't know what their deal is. Of course. Now, I saw this one earlier, and guess what, everyone? Looks like that fake Nigerian prince has actually been found. A Nigerian national extradited from Poland to face elder fraud charges. They got the Nigerian prince. Now, Miami, Tokuchukutuku Albert Nakamumba, 43 of Nigeria, and I probably said the name wrong, but I cannot pronounce this, was extradited from the Republic of Poland and faces federal charges of engaging in a transnational criminal organization that operated an inheritance fraud scheme that cheated many American seniors out of their savings. The Nigerian prince has been found. Well, Nokenboka, he was arrested in April of 2025 by authorities in Poland based on an indictment filed in the Southern District of Florida and has remained incarcerated since then. According to court documents, well, Nutsack is charged with operating a transactional inheritance fraud scheme over the course of more than 5 years. He, along with others, allegedly sent personalized letters to elderly customers in the U.S., falsely claiming that the sender was a representative of a bank in Spain. Nigerian prince. And the recipient was entitled to receive a multi-million-dollar inheritance left for the recipient by a family member who purportedly had died years before in Spain. Victims were told that before they could receive their purported inheritance, they were required to send money for delivery fees, taxes, and payments to avoid questioning from the government authorities. Victims sent money to the defendants through a complex web of U.S.-based former victims whom the defendant convinced to receive money and forward to the defendants and persons associated with them. According to the indictment, victims who sent money never received their purported inheritance funds. Go figure. The defendant is charged with conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, as well as mail fraud and wire fraud. Well, Nutbuku made his initial court appearance yesterday before the U.S. magistrate judge in Let. Now, if convicted, Nutsack faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. A federal district court judge will determine any sentences after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. 2 additional defendants have pleaded guilty and been sentenced in this case. U.S. District Judge Roy K. Altman previously sentenced both another dumbass who was extradited from Portugal and Lawrence Alcamini, who was extradited from the UK, to 97 months of incarceration for their roles in the scheme. Now, USPIS and HSI are investigating the cases. Cases, one example of efforts by the Justice Department to protect American seniors from domestic and foreign-based scams. These efforts include cases against those who engage in, knowingly facilitate romance fraud, lottery fraud, tech support fraud, and grandparent scams. Romance fraud is a confidence scheme where a perpetrator feigns romantic interest with the victim only later to extract money or property under false pretenses. Now, the lottery fraud scheme tricks victims into believing that they have won a non-existent lottery or a sweepstakes prize in order to extract fake fees, taxes, or other fabricated charges from the victim. Now, the tech support fraud scams involve perpetrators tricking victims into believing that their computer or phone has a problem, often through fake pop-up messages, and to later seek funds from the victim in order to fix the problem. Grandparent scams, another type of confidence scheme involving scammers impersonating a grandchild or close family member who has experienced a fictitious emergency and needs money from the victim as soon as possible. Now, senior trial attorney and transnational criminal litigation coordinator Phil Tumijan, trial attorney Posh Rothman of the Justice Department Consumer Protection Branch are prosecuting the case. The Criminal Division Office of International Affairs, U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Legal Attaché in Poland, Interpol, Polish authorities all provided critical assistance. If you or someone you know is age 60-year-old who's been a victim of this fraud, call 1-833-FRAUD-11. Yeah. U.S. Department of Justice hotline managed by the Office for Victims Crime is staffed by experienced professionals who will provide personalized support and help you out. Hotlines open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. So yeah, whenever you get that kind of fraud, you most definitely want to report it. So you're saying the check isn't coming. No, that's disturbing. Yeah, Stephen, it's disturbing to figure this out, that the check doesn't come on in these situations. Sorry to say. Now I guess I got to marry that prince in Zimbabwe. Yeah. Damn, there goes your inheritance. Yep, I'm telling you. The faster you figure this one out, the faster it goes away. But if you want to keep that thought really back there, then you really haven't lost anything. You just keep wishing, and it makes it seem more realistic.
I don't know.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little bit of a break, give you a little bit of music, and we'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some fresh coffee, and I'll see you in a few.
Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, to inside jokes and endless memes. We talk and Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, daydream. From shoutouts to those random screens, and inside jokes and endless memes. In Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. Pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a lit up club. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. Ooh, yeah, we come together night and day. We laugh, we play in our own way. A family in a cyberspace, loving hearts in this virtual place. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream.
No, you know, you were just saying that that's one of your favorite songs. You know, I think I do have an updated version of that one. Let me check real quick because I've been working on on this new album. It's called Leftovers. Songs from the B side, and I believe is it this one right here? Yes, I think I have it. Let me make sure that this is the right one. It's 310, and this one is 310. I think this is the updated video. Let me see what you guys think, and you guys tell me if you like it or not. I think the newer version might be just a little bit better. And it's got I may incorporate some of that old video in there. So check this out and I'll let you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. It's because this is going to be on that new album that I'm working on that's going to be coming out next month. I think once I get it uploaded, it should be out next month. I did a members only where we added some more songs to it. Don't know if we're going to use all of them because some of them might be a little bit bad. But I do have this one here, which is that right? Or is this one right? Yeah, it's this one right here. So check this out. Enjoy. Tell me what you think. Which one works better? There we go. We'll do this. Here we go. Why did that do that? Oh, okay. I think that's just the music. That might be just the music. Why is it not? Is it just music? Why in the hell did it do that? That's an MP4. Add to stage. There we go. So here's the new music. Listen to it. How clean it got.
In Shizzy Winnett's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh in funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, to inside jokes and endless memes, we tie. In Shizzy Winnett's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh in funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, to inside jokes and endless memes. Oh, in Shizzy Winnett's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dull night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a like a lit up club. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. Ooh, yeah. We come together night and day, we laugh, we play in our own way. A family in a cyberspace, love and hearts in this virtual place. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream.
I'm muted, of course, because I boomer it every damn time. Hold on just a second. I thought I hit the unmute button, but of course I didn't. Boomer, move, muted. Yes, I do that all the time. You guys should know this by now. I'm still new to this. Okay. Social media provocateurs charged with threatening to harm federal agent and his wife. Bad idea. Now, a federal grand jury in Atlanta has charged 2 out-of-state men with knowingly transmitting threats to injure U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration, Customs Enforcement Deportation Officer, and his wife. Federal agents deserve to perform their duties free of harassment from keyboard warriors and other agitators, said U.S. Attorney Theodore S. Hertzberg. Threatening law enforcement officers and their families is not only illegal, it's disgusting. My office will ensure that anyone who threatens a federal agent in North Georgia or who hides behind a computer screen to intimidate that agent's immediate family is found, arrested, prosecuted, and held accountable. Threats of violence against law enforcement officers and their families are not only reprehensible, but also a direct attack on safety and integrity of our justice system, said Paul Brown, special agent of charge of FBI in Atlanta. These charges serve as a clear reminder that threats of this nature will not be tolerated and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. According to U.S. Attorney Hertzberg, the charges and other information presented in court, Frank Andrew Wasgut allegedly posted a video on Instagram that identified and displayed photographs of an ICE deportation officer who resides and works in the Northern District of Georgia. With those images on screen, was that what a name was that? And he's an ICE agent, and this is him unmasked. So go ahead and make him famous. If you see this expletive out in public, give him the cell block 1 treatment, catch him when he's alone. Cell block 1 treatment allegedly refers to subjecting a detainee to physical violence. Now, similarly, Anthony Patrick Noto allegedly posted a comment on Instagram under the picture of the same deportation officer's wife, with Noto saying, anyone want to test the sights on their new AR? That's pretty good target right there. Now, AR refers to a semi-automatic rifle. Noto, 63, of New York, Roanoke, New York, I'm going to have a hard time with some of these names, was taken into federal custody and arraigned on his federal indictment. Wasat, 41, of Knoxville, Tennessee, is currently in the custody of state law enforcement officials in Texas, where he's been charged for making separate terroristic threats against Republican lawmakers there. Both defendants were indicted by a federal grand jury on September 23, 2025. Members of the public are reminded that the indictments only contain charges. The defendants are presumed innocent of all charges, and it will be the government's burden to prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. But in the meantime, may they enjoy themselves in jail. It's Ron Conk Oma on Long Island. See, that's why I have smarter people than me in my chat. Wow. Yeah. On April 1st, you should do an entire show muted and ignore chat. Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Just show up on April 1st and do a whole do a whole stream just entirely muted. Oh, and I'll just play music so you actually get music, but the whole time I'll just talk and play music. I think that would be fun. That would be fun. But Shissy's tongue keeps getting caught on his eye tooth and he can't see what he's saying. That does happen. Thank you, Happy. Yeah, you shouldn't do this kind of stuff. See, making these threats like this is always going to turn out badly, really badly. When I saw that, I was like, ooh, somebody getting themselves in trouble for making threats. Now, a man dies after being hit by a road sweepers. Please try to work out how it happened. Well, let me put it this way. He was in the road. Street sweeper came along and he got hit by it. Doesn't take much to figure that out. But let's see what happened here. Oh, no thanks. Now, the event happened in Lister. I'm always going to say these names wrong. It's one of them cities in where they have a hard enunciation of a name. Now, the man in his 80s has tragically died. That does suck. After being struck by a road sweeper with another man now in custody, police have apprehended a man in his 60s on suspicion of causing death by careless driving after the council vehicle collided with the pensioner in Leicester County on Monday, October 14th. Now, those police were called to the scene in Holy Bones by the East Midlands Ambulance Service just before 2:15, although the pedestrian was rushed to the hospital a few hours later. Detectives with Serious Collision Investigation Unit are now working on tandem with officers to establish what happened. Well, it looks like he was in the middle. Oh my God. I would hate to be hit by one of those. Now, they operate at speeds of 5 to 12 miles an hour. Now, Detective Sergeant Mike Steer said, we're working to understand exactly how the collision occurred following the sad news that the man died in the hospital last night. The vehicle involved was a city council road sweeper. We're in contact with a colleague in the council, and they are assisting us with our investigation. Anyone who may have seen what happened is asked to call 101. Quoting crime reference is that number right there. You guys can see it for yourself. The man was reportedly part of the Shiite Guarda in Leicestershire. Some members have paid tribute after the tragic incident. The leaders said the pensioner, who has not been named publicly, was loved by all. Speaking to this live channel about the man, because I'm going to screw up the name. President of the Guruk Nanak Wada Temple, Ajamar Singh Barasi, said the news came as a big shock to the local community. He said, we couldn't believe it. Everyone was so sad. It came as a big shock to us all. According to the president, the pensioner was one of the longest serving members of the temple as he joined the Guardian in 1968. Mr. Basara said he joined the temple while it was still located in Newark in 1968. Now, road sweepers, council vehicles deployed to sweep on the road, having operated between 5 to 12 miles an hour. The top speed varies significantly, made by model and type, with older or smaller units reaching a top speed of 31 miles an hour. Some modern electric models can reach up to 43 miles an hour. In a separate incident, the Greater Manchester last month, a man tragically lost his life at a scrapyard after a car fell on him. Now, the incident occurred as side and brought him. Stop with the names. With these, the man pronounced dead at the scene, according to police reports. Numerous emergency vehicles were spotted at the location, including police, ambulance, and fire services. Man, that's so horrible. Sorry, old guy. That really sucks. I would not want to be in your shoes, or lack thereof, because it sounds like they got him knocked. Just his tongue keeps getting caught on his eye tooth, and he can't think what they're saying. I mean, yes. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be one of those days. So I'm going to probably send you guys over here real shortly to go see Mo. Having a wonderful day, I'm sure, as she always does, because that's what we do over here. Oh, last night was a very interesting night, I will tell you. And we'll probably go over some more documents as they come in tonight. We'll see. If not, I do have something else for you guys to go over and talk about, because that's how these things are. Or maybe we'll just do some music. Who knows? Maybe we'll even do a video game. Let's see, what's today? Wednesday. And I'm trying to set those aside to do those maybe just once a week, maybe on the weekends, like, and especially as it starts getting colder. I'll probably do those more in the evening, or middle of the day, whenever I can't really get out and do much of anything as it gets colder. Getting prepared for May's Grand Theft Auto 6, which ought to be absolutely wonderful. That just to have a little bit of fun. See you at Mo's house, most definitely, Jim. And like I said, I'll be sending you guys over there shortly. Now, remember, on Friday we'll be over on Mo's in the morning, over here on mine at night, and I think we have a video or a stream coming up. I can't remember if it's this week. It may be towards the end of the month, where we're going over the Koberger documents, and Mo and I had a nice discussion, and we decided what we would do is we would cover maybe every couple of weeks instead of every week. We would do we would stream together, because we were doing two streams a week together on Monday and Wednesday. Monday would be over here on mine, Wednesday would be over there on Mo's, and then Friday on Mo's, and then Friday night over here. And so we had a nice really good discussion. And it would not there was nothing that prompted. It was just like both of us were pretty tired, not of each other, just life takes precedent over streaming. So we had to talk, and decided that what we would do is every 2 weeks we would do a stream together, Mondays over here, and then the next 2 weeks that we would do one over on hers. So that way we could still cover the same stuff. We'll be doing the Disturbed on Monday, on that Monday here, and it'll be just once a month, and then over with her. I'm not sure if you subbed to Mo yet. Oh, you should, Happy. Mo's fun. She's an absolute blast. I enjoy her, and she's got a great sense of humor. That's one of the best parts about it. She is really fun to hang out with, and enjoyable. And she doesn't get into the politics of what's going on with the world. That's why she started covering things from other countries, because she's like, I just don't want to talk about politics. I'd much rather talk about other countries' politics, because they're so much more screwed up than ours right now. So yeah, she's fun. So go check Mo out and show her some love. But I will get this set up real quick, because I want to make sure that you guys get sent over there after this crap show. I can mess up a wet dream. That's me right now, just screwing up left and right. I just want to make sure I've got you guys sent to go over there. I didn't, but I will have you guys sent. There we go. Save. All right. Yeah, go over, give Mo some love. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you guys later tonight. And that all depends on how much my day goes, because I'm sure it's going to be crazy. Thank you very much. You need her link? Well, it should advance you over there to her. Give me just a second, and I will post the link up here. Copy, and here you go. Happy. We'll post that right there. That is her link, and that takes you to her channel, and you can also click on the live, and that'll take you right exactly where you need to go, because she is live right now. Good stuff, everybody. I will see you later tonight. No, not a problem. Happy. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. doing fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz nuts start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? You're still here?